Well, howdy, 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 y'all. Teresa here, and
Brad.
you didn't know who I was talking to, did you?
No,
I didn't tell him I was starting my video or nothing. All of a sudden, his head popped up. He's like, oh.
Well, I thought the TV froze up. You know, the cable went out because it went
Oh,
quiet.
because it went quiet?
Yeah, and I didn't realize that.
Then you thought, well, who's she's howdy into?
Yeah. Felt
right?
Like saying, howdy, howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Yeah.
It's February 2nd, 2017, Thursday afternoon. It is 1:51 p.m. in this kind is... I would say it's more than slightly overcast. I mean, right now it's like kind of slightly overcast, but sometimes it's all the way overcast. Sometimes you can smell rain in the air, but it's not coming down yet. Right?
Right.
Right. It is 73 degrees out. Real feel is 77. The high will be 73 and the low will be 53. That's about perfect temperatures for us. It's a nice day. We were sitting outside and sat outside for quite a while. It was very nice. Where's my cheat notebook? Where is it?
Right here.
Oh, you were trying to keep it from me, weren't you?
No, Charlie.
Charlie was?
We blame Charlie.
Yesterday after I left you guys, did you miss me? I worked on my shawl. Y'all, this is part 2 of the shawl. For all of you new people, I do a lot of loom knitting. And I'm making a, you can't quite see it yet, but it's a seafoam stitch. And this is panel 2 on this shawl thing I'm making myself. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out yet, but we'll see. So, doing that, I was watching some Netflix. I found a new show I really like called The Super. And it's about this landlord who had all these rental properties in Nebraska. And different cases like hoarders and people that don't want to pay their rent, evictions, you know, crazy stuff like that. And so I really like it. Brad really likes the show The Arrow. Arrow. He's been watching that and enjoying it. Doing okay on the keto. I did have some fruit last night because that's one of my hardest times. I had some clementines, and I really love those. You know, I kind of have to alter it how my body feels and stuff. The only thing was I did feel lightheaded this morning when I was coming in and stuff, and Brad thought maybe it was, you know, what'd you say? I told you I was like lack of food or whatever. It might have been my blood sugar dropped down too low. You know, being diabetic and stuff. So lunch, we had Brad grilled out some pork steaks, and put some barbecue sauce on them. And I'm going to exercise when he, well, I probably will lay down when he goes to work because I didn't sleep real well last night. He's giving me the look like, what you talk about, Willis? So, okay, well, we won't let him know that I'm going to lay down as soon as he goes to work.
Too late.
And then I'm going to exercise and do my housework because I really need to clean house. And then I'm going to start a special project because the painting I was working on for Leanne, I'm not feeling it. It's not that the painting is bad, but it's not, I'm not feeling the vibe toward you. So, I'm going to do something else. Good thing she's not in a big rush. So, anyway, I'm working on a different project. I'll let you know if it works or not. I'm not going to say what it is until I start working on it, because it may not work and I may frog it. And that's about all that's really going on here. I have a couple topics. The main topic is, I think, and people mean well, but everybody's body is very different in how it reacts to any food plan. There is not just one perfect food plan that will work for everybody. All of our bodies are different. If our bodies were all carbon copies and reacted the same, some of us wouldn't. Everybody would have high blood pressure. Everybody would have, diabetes. Everybody would have, heart problems and stuff if we were all like machines with a defective part. But we're all very different. And I think everybody needs to alter their food plan to how it helps their body best and help their body machinery work best. It'd be like trying to tell somebody you really don't know and you don't really know their body how to do something. Would be like, let's say you're diabetic and you're taking a certain amount of insulin. If we were all the same, even our diabetes, then we would all take the same amount of insulin. Now, the amount of insulin I take would differ from the amount of insulin Brad takes, and so on down the line. And because our bodies are different, and our body handles stuff different. Because for me, when somebody, you have to realize that if you're talking to an obese person and you're trying to tell them how they should eat, that it's basically you get over 50. We have gone through so many diet plans in our life. We are experts. I can sit there and tell you exactly what to do too. But it would be something that would work for me, not you. Everybody is different. It would be like telling an addict, an alcoholic, who has gone through AA multiple times, and then you telling them all of a sudden about the steps. They know those steps better than anybody else. Anybody that's fought a weight problem all of their life, like I have, like my husband has and stuff, we have gone through so many different diet programs and stuff. And I know exactly how my body reacts to certain stuff. My body has never acted kindly toward carbs, specifically white flour. Specifically white flour, if it's got any sugar added to it too. It's just, a signal that my body wants to then eat everything in sight. But I know what I'm doing, and I know the difference between cuts of meat. I know portion sizes. I know everything. Trust me, I took 6 months of classes getting ready for weight loss surgery. I have gone through every diet plan almost out there. Plus, I studied to be a nurse in college. So I know exactly what to do and stuff. So, and if I'm talking about, that, I didn't have to buy chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast, because I could have had other cuts. I know what cuts of chicken are less fat and stuff, I'm not an idiot at all. I don't honestly count calories. For me, that doesn't work. I know how my body's going to respond to certain foods, and I know how I'm going to lose weight. And it's going to be a slow weight loss, and that's okay. But the thing is, too, when you're dealing with anybody that's had an eating disorder or many, the game plan all changes. I used to suffer from bulimia for many, many, many years. And I had to be careful that I don't let myself fall into that thing of, oh, I could have this because I know how to get rid of it real fast. And that's something you have to be really careful of, is not letting yourself, do this. Because and excuse my language here, I call it the grand mind fuck. I really do. And that's just being as honest as I can. That I convinced myself that I could go have, a dozen Krispy Kremes because I know how to get rid of it. And I suffered from that. And then how I handled combating the bulimia was to just not diet at all. And so, it's like I said, it's a eating plan, and, step by step, get there. I'll have my good days and my days that aren't so good, but, I have a very supportive husband who keeps telling me, that he will do anything he can to help. No, he's never been on me. He loves me, whatever size I am. And the same goes for him. But, we want a happy life together and a healthier life together. And I can see the writing on the wall. As my husband gets older and his back gets worse, I need to be more physically fit so I can help him more. Somebody's going to have to, put him in a wagon and pull him around.
That's why we have Charlie.
Oh, yeah. You want to hook Charlie up to a wagon and let him go?
Could be an exciting ride.
Yeah, it could be very exciting. But no. Honest talk is I'm a food addict, and I always have been. And the only way I ever knew to really control it was I do everything in excess. And I've worked really hard on not becoming excessive about stuff anymore and trying to balance stuff. But, I was excessive on the working out for many years. I was excessive on, the bulimia. I get excessive on the food. So what I'm doing is just doing what I can. But I am going to allow myself to have one piece of fruit a day because for many years I did not eat any fruit. And I really like it. I look forward to it. I mean, And the funny thing is, though, is I don't care for any kind of berries, really. I don't. Brad loves any kind of berries. I'm not, no. Not really, nope. Not into the berries. So, I like apples. I like oranges. I like the oranges here. I like the bananas. I like watermelon. I'm not really a big fan of cantaloupe and stuff. That kind of melon. So, of course I love tomatoes, and, you can, always go wishy-washy on if you consider tomatoes a fruit or vegetable. But anyway, I know everybody means well, but I know what I'm doing. I think the best way of just suggesting something for somebody is say, well, this is just what I do. I don't know if it would work for you. I find that better because, we all mean well. And this is a struggle for so many of us, but you don't want to become a food police. And you don't want to be telling somebody, well, don't do that because you're not supposed to. Well, maybe that doesn't work for you, but maybe that works for them. Maybe them having a little bit of sugar in their coffee or their tea works for them. That maybe that stops them from having that, half of a pie. Some people are very disciplined that way. It's just like when I smoked. I smoked for years. This summer will be, 4 years? This summer in July will be 4 years since I quit smoking. I vape, but when I smoked, I did in excess. I smoked 3+ packs of cigarettes a day for, in total, about 28 years. And yes, it did cause heart damage. And I fought for so long, and it wasn't until I discovered the vaping. And this has no nicotine in it now. The vape juice, I started out with the highest level of nicotine you could have in it. I initially bought it, and I'm just telling this for basically my new subscribers that don't know the story. I initially bought a kit, with one of just the little e-batteries, the small, skinny one. Um, and a couple tanks and a couple, like 3 different flavors of e-juice. And then my daughter had given me a couple. She's the one that suggested that I try this. And then my husband, of course, was eager for me to try it too. He wasn't on me to quit, but he knew. Well, he was in a way, because my asthma was getting so bad and stuff that I was on oxygen and stuff that I was on nocturnal, but I was having to wear it whenever I took a nap too, and it was getting to the point where I was having to wear it almost full time. So I initially bought it just basically, I figured there were getting to be more and more places you couldn't smoke, especially like hotel rooms and stuff, and so that I would still be able to do something. The patches were a no-go because I'm allergic to the adhesive on the patches. I never liked the Nicorette gum. So I thought, okay, well, I'll do this just those times when I can't smoke. And I started using it one day, and I liked it. But then I just kind of put it up and for a few months, and my husband said, I was really hoping to see you try that more. And, he wasn't like he was on me or anything, but he's just like, I was really hoping you would try it more. And I said, well, I don't want to use it up. And he's like, it's not like you can't get more. And I'm like, you're right. It's not like I can't get more. So, I started using it, and I liked it. And then what I discovered was I didn't like the taste of the cigarettes. Because this all, comes in all different flavors. Like this is a blueberry donut one. And it's very good. But it comes in all different flavors. It even comes in a tobacco flavor, drink flavors, dessert, fruit, menthol, it comes in all different kinds. Like I like a really strong, like almost icy mint too. But anyway, so I got where I was smoking less and less because I liked the flavor so much better on this. And I just decided one day, I thought, I'm just going to put the cigarettes up, and I'm just going to go the whole day. See if I can go the whole day without lighting up a cigarette. And lo and behold, I just never touched a cigarette since. I just decided that I was just going to do this, and then I gradually stepped down in nicotine levels. Which you do, again, at your own comfort level. And I've been, within the first year that I had started this, then I was at 0 nicotine. I even make my own e-juice sometimes. Sometimes I buy it. I recently bought some not too long ago. It's satisfying and soothing for me. But my point is I had tried, I don't know how many times to quit smoking for years and years. And I just couldn't. But I just was determined I was going to keep trying until I did it. Because I knew I was going to end up on oxygen. My family all had not good lungs. And we all have, but everybody was smokers too. So, and, my grandchildren were so happy, especially my granddaughter, when I quit smoking. And of course, Brad, and it helps his asthma too. And I know some people have issues and problems with their, with vaping. They're worried about it, or maybe it hurts their lungs. There are a few people that are allergic to some of the ingredients. Again, that's not something that's for everybody. Some people just do cold turkey. Some people do it with the gum or the patches or the medication. I tried the Chantix. It made me want to be very violent. But I'm going to keep trying on the eating plan. I'm doing okay. There's some, I'm just starting, and there'll be some tweaking on it, I can see. My biggest thing is I need to sit down and kind of plan stuff out a little bit better. And I think I'm going to utilize some, I got to look at the carb count on the protein drinks. I'm kind of doing a mix of the keto and what they had me doing with pre-surgery, that 6 months. So I'm gonna, because I had dropped like 50 some pounds with that. So, I'm kind of doing a combination. So anyway, that's all that's going on there. Feel kind of tired today. I'm having some breathing issues with the asthma. So I'm going to have to kind of watch that. Yesterday, Brad accidentally filled this mug, was completely full with, I do still drink diet soda, and I don't even want to hear it because I like my diet soda. Okay, I don't consume alcohol at all. That's the thing I look forward to every day is I have 2 cans of diet soda in that mug with a little bit of sugar-free, like vanilla syrup and ice, and I look forward to it. But anyway, he accidentally dumped that, and we had a power strip right down here by me. And of course, it all dumps on it, so we quickly unplug it. And then we thought everything was okay, and he plugged it back in, and then one of the USB chargers was plugged in, and all of a sudden Brad had gone to lay down in the back bed. I told him to go lay down, because his back's been hurting him and stuff. And all of a sudden we heard the pop, and he knew immediately. I thought he had farted, but he knew immediately that it was electrical, and it fried it. Then we had to take that outside and let it dry and everything. Not that charger. We just threw that away, but the power strip. Couldn't know what it was. So his back's better. He did have me wire him up with the TENS unit. I'm trying hard not to have to keep reminding him about his medication and stuff, because I don't want to be a nagger, and it's not like he said I'm a nagger or anything, but I can only be responsible for myself. Everybody has to be responsible for themselves. And like that, like I told him last night, he's not having to remind me to take medication. So, it gets to be a real big, weighty problem when you're always feel like you're having to get on your spouse all the time. So, we're both going to be working on that. What else? That's about it. I said I feel kind of tired today and stuff, but it's life. I'm trying to learn how to balance things out, like I said earlier. I've always been one that has a hard time balancing stuff. And, it's like, if I do looming, I only want to sometimes see me, and all I'm doing is looming. And sometimes then all I'm doing is painting or whatever. And I'm trying to balance out to have some projects going and have some painting going, have my exercise going, have my eating plan going well, and all of that. So, and one other thing, we'll see who watches this to the end, right? But I'm sorry, I'm just announcing here and now, Angie and Linda, I'm sorry, I suck as a pen pal. So, if you want to give me your email address, I'll drop you an email, or else we can just keep texting each other. Linda, I don't know if you have a cell phone where you can text, because, Angie and I text, or sometimes we talk, we've talked on the phone once, but maybe that would just be better. I enjoyed talking with Angie a lot. I'd love to talk to you, Linda, on the phone. I did get to talk to Leanne live one time on the phone when she called on her way home. Our schedules haven't met up since. But I'm getting where I really enjoy that more and more. So, yep. So, but yeah, don't keep holding your breath for a letter back, because I suck at it. Yeah. Anyway, love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so much. And I think you guys are awesome, and I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.